Admiration, nostalgia, and immense astonishment are the emotions I feel after researching and studying over 100 famous black figures associated with cinematic history and their massive fortunes in Hollywood. Hello everyone, we are our Memory Vault, and this is the video 23 black celebrities who are the richest in Hollywood history. This greatly affects how we perceive the glory behind the stage spotlight, and it might shock you. This video is perfect to play while resting, having a meal with your family, or doing chores. All the information in this video has been researched and gathered by us from multiple sources. If there are any mistakes, please leave a comment below to help the channel grow further. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to receive updates on our earliest videos. Now, let's dive right into the first figures. Sidney Poitier. When looking back at the history of Hollywood cinema, we cannot help but bow in deep respect before the stature of a great titan. Someone who pioneered the path for subsequent generations of artists of color to enter the sanctuary of art with absolute pride. That is Sidney Poitier. To the generation of audiences over 45 years old, he is not just a brilliant actor, but also a symbol of self-respect and noble character during an era when society was still rife with harsh prejudices. His fortune is not merely counted by the dollar figures in his bank account. It was built upon the foundation of dignity, turning artistic glory into a powerful tool to assert his self-worth. Throughout the golden years of the 1960s, Sidney Poitier continuously achieved massive commercial success through classic works such as Lilies of the Field and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. His source of income did not stop at his sky-high acting salary at the time, but also came from his far-sighted vision in investing in real estate in prime locations and serving on the board of directors of major entertainment corporations. He owned luxurious yachts and exquisitely architectured mansions, where he often retreated to seek tranquility and protect his family's private life from the noise of the media. From the perspective of our Memory Vault, Sidney Poitier's fortune is a monument to self-reliance and a resounding proof that true talent can always overcome all social barriers. We recognize that his prosperity has transmitted a profound message about mastering one's destiny, where money is used as a means to protect personal freedom rather than to display pure extravagance. This is an invaluable lesson about the harmonious combination of financial success and the preservation of human dignity through the ups and downs of time. Morgan Freeman. Next on the list is the figure whose voice alone, the moment it resonates, allows the listener to feel a sky full of nostalgia and wisdom spanning across the years. Morgan Freeman is the epitome of perseverance, and being a late bloomer in the capital of cinema, a deeply inspiring story for those who believe in the value of time. For middle-aged audiences, his presence on screen brings a sense of absolute reassurance and trust because he always embodies roles with philosophical depth and an extraordinary calmness. Morgan Freeman's career exploded powerfully when he had already crossed the other side of the slope of life, but that did not prevent him from accumulating a fortune belonging to the top tier of Hollywood through blockbuster movies with billions of dollars in revenue. From The Shawshank Redemption to the Dark Knight series, his salary has always been staggering thanks to his unique personal brand. In addition, he is also a brilliant businessman, owning a famous blues club, an independent film production company, and a vast farm in Mississippi, where he spends most of his time beekeeping and enjoying a peaceful countryside life. Our channel's view on Morgan Freeman's success lies in the fact that he has proven that a person's value is not limited by age, but is determined by the accumulation of experiences. The massive fortune he holds accurately reflects the stature of a strategic mind, knowing how to turn fame into sustainable investments that are beneficial to the community. Our Memory Vault deeply appreciates how he manages his finances quietly without making a fuss, yet extremely solidly creating an enduring legacy for future generations. If you were surprised by Morgan Freeman's solid fortune, brace yourselves, because the third figure coming up right now will show you what the gold standard is making all of Hollywood roll out the red carpet to invite him with record-breaking salaries: Denzel Washington. It would be a major omission if we did not mention a name considered the gold standard of acting art and elegance in Hollywood, the artist Denzel Washington. He possesses a majestic demeanor, a sharp intellect, and the ability to completely master the space every time he appears on screen, earning the admiration of millions of mature audiences. Denzel is not just an entertainment star. He is a spiritual force, a man who consistently maintains strict life principles and a career completely clean of scandals, which is extremely rare in the trap-filled world of showbiz. Financially, Denzel Washington was one of the first black actors to consistently receive a minimum salary of $20 million for each cinematic project since the early 2000s. Works like Training Day or the Equalizer series have brought him massive profits from global box office revenues. Furthermore, his high-end real estate investment portfolio spans from Los Angeles to major cities around the world, combined with safe financial investment funds, helping his assets grow steadily year after year. According to our Memory Vault's analysis, Denzel Washington's wealth does not come from luck or passing trends, but is the direct result of a serious working attitude and steadfast dedication to authentic art. We see him as an ideal model for choosing quality over quantity, which helps his personal brand value always remain at the highest level. His fortune is the well-deserved reward for a journey of tireless dedication, inspiring self-respect and absolute professionalism. James Earl Jones. The next position belongs to a legend with one of the warmest and most authoritative voices in world cinema history. Someone who breathed life into immortal characters in the memories of countless generations of audiences, the great James Earl Jones. For those over 45, his powerful resonance in massive cinematic blockbusters has become an indispensable part of childhood and youth. He is proof that an artist does not necessarily have to show their face on screen to create a profound impact and a magnificent career. James Earl Jones's financial fortune was sustainably built from voice royalties spanning decades and exclusive commercial contracts with major studios like Disney. Recently, he also demonstrated his visionary foresight by signing an agreement to transfer his voice rights to artificial intelligence technology, ensuring a permanent source of income for his descendants even when he is no longer here. His prosperity is further solidified by resounding successes on the prestigious Broadway stage and long-term financial investments. The Our Memory Vault channel believes that James Earl Jones has opened up a completely new mindset regarding the protection and exploitation of intellectual property in the entertainment industry. We see that his wealth carries an incredibly special beauty. It affirms that a natural-born talent, when combined with a proper management strategy, will create material values that endure through time. That fortune is a profound lesson in foresight, reminding us to cherish and protect our own unique core values. Eddie Murphy. Closing out this first list of 5 figures is a comedic genius who created a comedy revolution in the 80s, bringing endless hearty laughter to audiences. Actor Eddie Murphy. To viewers who have passed middle age, he is a vibrant memory of their youth with his clever acting style, quick improvisation, and an abundant, seemingly inexhaustible source of energy. Eddie Murphy did not just break the conventional boundaries of the comedy genre, but he also single-handedly set unprecedented records in global box office revenues. His immense fortune was accumulated from blockbuster contracts worth tens of millions of dollars, with major studios through classic works like Beverly Hills Cop or Coming to America. In the digital era, he continues to prove his status as a king by signing exclusive deals worth more than $70 million with major streaming platforms to produce special comedy programs. Eddie Murphy owns a vast estate dubbed a castle in an upscale suburb and a beautiful private island in the Bahamas, affirming the utmost extravagance. Through the lens of Our Memory Vault, Eddie Murphy is the man who completely changed the economic landscape of Hollywood for black artists by turning laughter into a powerful financial empire. We assert that his wealth is a testament to a mind highly sensitive to the times, knowing how to turn innate talent into a luxury commodity with the highest commercial value. His fortune not only represents personal success, but is also an important historical milestone, paving the way for equality in financial power in the capital of cinema. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the extravagance of those 5 legends? Don't change the channel just yet, because the billionaire in the 6th position appearing right now is the one who truly reset the entire rules of the game and shaped financial power in America. Oprah Winfrey. Continuing the list, we step into the world of a woman who reshaped the entire American television industry and became the soulmate of millions of families worldwide, the media queen Oprah Winfrey. For middle-aged audiences, her talk show was not merely an entertainment channel, but a masterclass in empathy, compassion, and the power of sharing authentic stories. She came from an extremely impoverished childhood, but with extraordinary willpower and the ability to deeply connect emotionally, she rose to become one of the most powerful and influential women in human history. Her image is always associated with healing, inspiring everyone to discover their true value and the immense potential hidden deep within themselves. Oprah Winfrey's billion-dollar fortune is a powerful testament to her astute business mindset and her ability to create a massive media ecosystem. She didn't just receive record-breaking salaries from hosting. The real turning point came when she founded the entertainment company Harpo Productions, thereby taking full ownership of her own show. This business brilliance allowed her to reap all the profits from content distribution globally. Moreover, she founded the OWN cable network, publishes her own magazine, and continuously invests in educational and film projects. Her real estate portfolio is also remarkable, highlighted by a magnificent mega-mansion named the Promised Land in the upscale Montecito area, along with countless vast estates stretching across America. Through the lens of our memory vault, Oprah Winfrey's wealth carries a profoundly macro and humanitarian meaning. We perceive that she turned empathy and emotional intelligence into an invaluable asset, opening a path to wealth unprecedented in Hollywood history. Her fortune not only serves her personal life, but is also heavily reinvested into philanthropic activities, building schools and uplifting the disadvantaged. The channel's perspective is that Oprah has shown us the most perfect definition of success. Money only truly holds great meaning when it is used as a tool to create positive changes for society and spread love to the community. Samuel L. Jackson. Moving on to the seventh figure, an actor who brings undeniable explosive energy and a strong personality. We have Samuel L. Jackson. For audiences who have loved the seventh art over the past decades, his distinctive voice, dignified demeanor, and gritty acting style have been etched into their minds through hundreds of cinematic works. From breathless psychological thrillers to epic sci-fi blockbusters, his appearance is always a solid guarantee of artistic quality and box office appeal. The most admirable thing about Samuel L. Jackson is his incredible endurance. He tirelessly dedicates himself to the camera without showing any signs of fatigue, becoming a monument to a serious work ethic and a burning passion despite the passage of time. When speaking of financial power, Samuel L. Jackson holds an unprecedented record in the cinematic capital of Hollywood. He is one of the actors with the highest total box office revenue from participating films of all time, reaching tens of billions of dollars. His massive income comes from highly successful franchise contracts, where he not only receives a fixed salary, but also gets a direct percentage of the film's distribution profits. Not stopping at acting, he is also a highly reputable spokesperson for many major financial brands and banks, bringing in massive passive income streams annually. His fortune is managed extremely systematically through trust funds and safe real estate portfolios in the most expensive areas of America. Our Memory Vault channel highly regards Samuel L. Jackson as a pragmatic artist who knows how to accurately value his labor on the market. We believe that his wealth is an extremely well-deserved reward for a diligent work attitude, not being picky about roles, but always knowing how to shine brilliantly in any situation. He is a shining example, showing that tremendous financial success sometimes does not come from ostentation or a brief moment of blinding glory, but is accumulated day by day through a process of persistent labor, high discipline, and the ability to maintain peak performance over decades. His fortune is the priceless legacy of perseverance. Richard Pryor. The eighth position on the list calls the name of a genius who forever changed the face of stand-up comedy globally, and that is Richard Pryor. To mature audiences who watched entertainment stages in the 70s and 80s, He was a true cultural phenomenon, someone who dared to use laughter to strip bare the deepest hidden corners of society. Unlike his contemporaries, his storytelling style was highly autobiographical, blending charming humor with deeply philosophical views on everyday life. He shattered all rigid traditional molds, bringing viewers not just moments of pure entertainment, but also quiet times to reflect on human values and how people face life's adversities. During the glorious peak of his career, Richard Pryor was one of the highest-paid entertainers in the world, earning millions of dollars from sold-out tours, television specials, and record-breaking movie contracts. His appearance in comedy films always guaranteed massive revenue for producers, giving him enough power to negotiate profit-sharing deals that were unprecedented for a black artist. Along with his transcendent ability to generate cash flow, his lifestyle was also distinctly extravagant, with heavy spending on a collection of supercars, luxurious mansions equipped with custom-made furniture, and a lifestyle reflecting a soul yearning to break all boundaries. At our memory vault. When looking back at the massive financial and artistic legacy of Richard Pryor, we feel a sense of respect mixed with deep contemplation. Our view is that his wealth sometimes seemed like a magnificent cloak wrapping an artist's soul that was overly sensitive to the times. He used the very ups and downs and hidden corners of his own life to weave laughter for the world, turning personal experiences into a massive fortune. The greatest wealth that Richard Pryor left to Hollywood is not just financial records or million-dollar contracts, but absolute freedom in artistic thinking, paving the way for generations of future comedians to proudly march forward. Whoopi Goldberg. The ninth figure is a woman who possesses a very special charm and a sharp intellect. Hidden behind a friendly smile, the multi-talented artist Whoopi Goldberg. For the generation of audiences in their 50s and 60s, she is a deeply beloved face present during warm family evenings through classic cinematic works imbued with profound humanity. Not possessing a beauty according to the strict traditional standards of the entertainment industry, Whoopi conquered the entire world with her exceptional acting talent and her versatile ability to transform from emotionally torn characters to hilariously witty ones. She proudly rose to become one of the very rare, outstanding individuals in the world to achieve the unprecedented grand slam of the entertainment arts, including an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony Award. Whoopi Goldberg's solid and massive fortune was built not only from the glittering halo of the silver screen, but also from her outstanding versatility as a producer, writer, and legendary television host. Long-term contracts worth millions of dollars as the key moderator of hit talk shows have brought her a steady and continuous cash flow over decades of dedication. In parallel, Whoopi Goldberg has also proven the mettle of an extremely wise investor in the real estate market, owning many valuable properties in New York and New Jersey, along with entertainment companies specializing in producing content with high cultural value, creating a solid financial fortress. Our memory vault believes that Whoopi Goldberg's resounding success and foundation of wealth is a beautiful love song, honoring authenticity and the courage to live true to oneself. We profoundly admire how she never accepted compromises to change herself to fit any preconceived mold imposed by showbiz. The fortune she has accumulated is the sweet fruit of always preserving her unique identity, turning personal distinctiveness into the sharpest weapon to reach the pinnacle of glory. Through Whoopi's story, the channel wishes to convey a profound perspective. The most sustainable prosperity always stems from us understanding, loving, and cherishing our own core values in all circumstances. Danny Glover. To conclude the list of 5 figures in this section, we honor a senior veteran who embodies the figure of a calm, steady man, full of a sense of responsibility, the seasoned actor Danny Glover. For audiences who have entered the mature stage of life, his image is always associated with integrity, a reliable teammate on screen, and an exemplary symbol of maturity. His classic self-deprecating lines about his age have become an indelible memory for anyone who is passionate about the action and psychological films of the 80s and 90s. Stepping outside the narrow confines of a typical entertainment star, Danny Glover is also respected by the whole world as a tireless social activist, always raising a strong voice for the community. Throughout his long journey of dedicating himself to the art of acting, Danny Glover has quietly accumulated a massive fortune, no less than any A-list superstar, through a series of blockbuster film projects with sky-high revenues globally. However, the bright spot that created the superiority in his economic vision is the establishment and operation of independent film production companies, focusing the budget on supporting talented young filmmakers and telling stories steeped in historical value. The abundant profits from his production activities, combined with strategic smart investments in community development funds and high-end commercial real estate, have created a remarkably solid financial foundation for his family. Viewed from the professional angle of our memory vault, Danny Glover has perfectly redefined the concept of wealth for a true artist in Hollywood. We believe that for this man, money has never been the final destination of vanity, but rather a highly effective tool for him to realize his profoundly humanistic aspirations and promote equality. Danny Glover's prosperity carries a quiet yet powerful beauty, a vivid testament that one can entirely reach the peak of glorious fame while keeping a compassionate heart fully intact. His greatest asset in our channel's assessment is the absolute respect and sincere affection that millions of audiences always give him. Will Smith, standing at the 11th position on our list, is a star who rose from the vibrant world of street music to become one of the most powerful box office draws of all time, the talented actor and producer, Will Smith. For the generation of audiences over 45, his journey to the top is linked to the profound transformation of an entire entertainment industry, evolving from a free-spirited young man full of fresh energy into a mature man taking on roles with incredibly complex psychological depth. Will Smith always radiates a brilliant light of optimism, a dazzling smile capable of dispelling any geographical distance, and a seemingly inexhaustible source of positive energy, making him a global icon loved by audiences of all classes. Financially speaking, Will Smith is a living testament to the saying, "You make your own destiny," as he continuously set unprecedented records in salaries in the cinematic capital of Hollywood. Not only did he receive advance payments of up to tens of millions of dollars for each blockbuster project, but he was also an excellent strategist, demanding a percentage of the gross profit from a series of theatrical super hits. Besides that, his far-sighted vision was clearly demonstrated through the establishment of his own entertainment production company named Overbrook Entertainment, holding the rights to many hit television and cinematic works. His family's massive fortune is further bolstered by a series of smart investments in tech startups, along with a real estate portfolio stretching from gated mansions in California to luxury resorts overseas. Looking deeply from the perspective of the Our Memory Vault channel, Will Smith's prosperity is not merely the result of innate talent, but the sweet fruit of an iron discipline and relentless effort in upgrading himself. We profoundly admire how he turned his desire to rise into an immense source of motivation, utilizing his natural charm to negotiate and build a multi-industry commercial empire. The greatest wealth he created does not just lie in the numbers on the billionaire rankings, but is also an inspiring lesson that people can always recreate their lives constantly, pushing their own limits to touch dreams that seem impossible. Diana Ross. Continuing our journey of tribute, we immerse ourselves in the magical musical space of a diva hailed as the uncrowned queen of the legendary Motown record label, the epitome of absolute elegance, Diana Ross. For music-loving audiences in their middle age, her soaring crystal-clear voice and mesmerizing performance style are the nostalgic melodies that captivated so many souls during the vibrant years of their youth. Diana Ross is not merely a singer. She is a standard of luxurious beauty, a woman who dared to break away from prejudiced molds to don the most magnificent outfits, confidently striding on the world's most prestigious stages. Her presence always brought an overwhelming sense of majesty, yet was also incredibly romantic and poetic. On the path to building her own financial kingdom, Diana Ross proved that she not only possesses a soaring artistic soul, but also a very cool, sharp head for business. From the golden years of the 70s, she secured recording and performance contracts worth millions of dollars, an unimaginable figure for any black female artist at that time. Not stopping at music, she was incredibly wise to expand her influence into film and television, reaping massive profits by diversifying her income streams. Her massive fortune is securely preserved through rare art collections, priceless diamond jewelry, and luxury real estate in the most expensive areas of America, creating a truly regal life. The team at our Memory Vault believes that Diana Ross's wealth-building story carries immense symbolic meaning regarding autonomy and female empowerment in a notoriously harsh industry. We see that her wealth is a powerful affirmation that a woman can entirely forge her own crown of power through outstanding talent and diligent labor. That fortune does not just serve an extravagant lifestyle. It is a solid fortress protecting her freedom of creativity, helping her always maintain her pride and unshakable dominant position amidst all the ups and downs of world music history. Halle Berry. Moving to the 13th figure, we honor an ageless beauty and an acting talent that has gone down in the history of human art, the incredibly alluring actress Halle Berry. To the audience members who have accompanied the cinema industry for decades, she is a symbol of resilience, the one who proudly smashed the invisible glass ceiling to become the first black woman to step onto the highest podium to receive the prestigious Best Actress Academy Award. Halle Berry's beauty does not just lie in her flawless facial features, but it emanates from a powerful inner strength, her effort to rise from countless hardships, and her transcendent ability to embody roles that require agonizing emotional depth. She has imparted an endless source of inspiration to millions of women worldwide about self-respect and endurance. Behind the brilliant halo of the golden Oscar statue is a massive fortune accumulated by Halle Berry through highly strategic moves on the economic chessboard of Hollywood. She is one of the few actresses capable of commanding salaries up to tens of millions of dollars for appearing in blockbuster action franchises with global commercial appeal. However, one of her most solid financial foundations comes from long-term brand ambassador contracts, notably a record-breaking partnership with a renowned cosmetics corporation, bringing her a massive and steady passive cash flow every year. Furthermore, she founded her own production company and boldly invested in high-end health and beauty brands, proving her formidable business acumen. Our Memory Vault's perspective on Halle Berry's path to wealth creation is one of profound admiration for a sharp intellect and the ability to optimize her own value. We recognize that her wealth is clear evidence of knowing how to seize historical moments and turn artistic fame into an outstanding commercial negotiation advantage. Halle Berry didn't just wait for good scripts to knock on her door. She actively created business empires tied to her own lifestyle. Her fortune is a brilliant legacy representing the soft power of women and serving as great encouragement for genuine hard-working efforts that never know how to give up. Red Fox. The 14th position honors a legend who brought the most uproarious and authentic laughs to the small screen, the man dubbed the king of unapologetic comedy actor Red Fox. For middle-aged audiences who spent time with classic television shows, the image of an older man with a grumpy demeanor, but hiding a warm heart in his iconic works, has become a highly familiar cultural symbol. Red Fox pioneered bringing the authentic raw colors and hidden corners of working-class life to national television, shattering artificial polish to deliver laughter full of empathy. He used the art of comedy as a sharp tool to reflect social reality in a remarkably charming way. During the most glorious years of his television career, Red Fox set astonishing income milestones, earning millions of dollars a year and entering the ranks of the pioneering millionaires of black entertainment. Holding a massive fortune, he chose to enjoy life in the most flamboyant and ostentatious way possible. He was willing to pay enormous sums to purchase the most luxurious cars, throw extravagant parties gathering top stars, and did not hesitate to buy expensive jewelry to assert his status. Although his cash flow management later faced much controversy and many ups and downs. No one can deny his ability to generate massive financial resources during his peak period. From the viewpoint of the Our Memory Vault channel, the story of Red Fox's fortune is an incredibly authentic film reel imbued with deep humanity. We see his extravagance not as meaningless waste, but as the proud voice of resistance of a man who had experienced utter poverty in his childhood. He spent his fortune as a way to celebrate his survival and the glory he had snatched with his own hands from a world full of harshness. Even though his financial outcome had its low notes, the true legacy he left behind is the door thrown wide open for generations of comedians to follow, stepping up to the podium of glory to reap success and prosperity. Lawrence Fishburne, the 15th figure on our list, is a master of composure, a man who carries the majestic demeanor of a sage on the silver screen, the veteran actor Lawrence Fishburne. For the 50-plus generation of audiences, his silhouette is always associated with roles of immense weight, from cinematic works reflecting deep philosophical thought to classic sci-fi films that reshape the mindset of an entire world. His career was built from the bricks of orthodox stage theater, where he forged a resonant, weighty voice and deeply internalized acting. Lawrence Fishburne has never chased the superficial glitz of showbiz. He conquers audiences with pure seriousness and academic approach and total dedication to every frame. Lawrence Fishburne's wealth does not come from media explosions or fame-polishing gimmicks, but has been steadily accumulated through decades of relentless hard work. He consistently secured lucrative contracts by appearing in a series of billion-dollar blockbuster franchises, as well as taking on the pillar role in some of the most hit crime investigation TV series of all time. Alongside a stable acting income, he showcased his erudition in financial investments by pouring capital into independent script production companies and owning real estate with high architectural art value. He is a prime representative of a class of artists who know how to protect their assets through privacy and highly secure business decisions. The Our Memory Vault channel expresses absolute respect for the way Lawrence Fishburne has built and protected his own prosperity over the years. Our view is that his fortune accurately reflects the man he is: quiet, profound, and carrying a highly enduring core value. He has proven to the world that an artist can completely achieve the pinnacle of wealth without having to trade away their dignity or integrity in their art. That fortune is a priceless reward for steadfastness, absolute loyalty to the ideal of genuine art, and a brilliant mind that always knows how to maintain a world-class level of performance. Wesley Snipes. Moving to the 16th position, we look back at the proud and turbulent journey of an action icon deeply rooted in practical martial arts actor Wesley Snipes. For middle-aged audiences who were passionate about cinemas in the 90s, he was the pioneer who opened the golden era for modern superhero films, perfectly combining masterful physical skills with an incredibly cold and captivating acting style. Wesley Snipes brought a fresh, powerful, and highly masculine vitality, breaking the stereotype that black actors could only be boxed into comedy or socio-psychological genres. His presence on screen was a guarantee for visually satisfying films where muscular strength was celebrated alongside a remarkably calm and elegant demeanor. In terms of economics and business acumen, Wesley Snipes was one of the rare stars who early on realized the importance of self-producing artistic content. He founded the production company Amen-Ra Films himself, getting deeply involved in creating blockbuster film series, with global revenues reaching hundreds of millions of dollars, most notably the landmark franchise about the Dark World. By holding the role of producer, he not only received a massive fixed salary, but also collected huge profits from franchise royalties. Even though he later had to face many storms related to financial legal issues, the foundational fortune he built during his peak period remains a figure that the entire capital of Hollywood must respect. From the analytical perspective of the Our Memory Vault channel, Wesley Snipes' life and fortune are an inspiring film about the immortal warrior spirit that never surrenders to adversity. We realize that the glory he created was not just paper money, but the pioneering of a massive niche market for the global film industry. His fortune proves a truth: pioneers always have to face countless storms, but the reward for them is always greatness and endurance. through the financial ups and downs he experienced, and the resilient way he stood up to start over. Wesley Snipes teaches us a profound lesson about human resilience, courage, and incredible recovery ability. Angela Bassett, continuing the list at the 17th position. We bow before an ageless beauty, a symbol of authority, and rare regal aura, the outstanding actress Angela Bassett. For the audience members who have passed the age of 45, her silhouette on screen is always tied to the imagery of strong, resilient women, great mothers, or powerful queens. From exceptionally embodying real-life historical figures to leading epic fantasy cinematic blockbusters, Angela Bassett always delivers peak performances with a burning energy and precision down to the smallest expression. Her career is a long journey of diligently affirming her class, smashing all boundaries of age and gender in an incredibly harsh industry. Angela Bassett's journey of creating a multi-million-dollar fortune is an exemplary lesson in patience, endurance, and knowing one's true worth. Instead of chasing fleeting market trends, she chose to build her personal brand through absolute acting quality. That professionalism helped her continuously break income records on television, becoming one of the highest-paid actresses in American cable television history, with million-dollar contracts for each broadcasting season. Parallel to that, she expanded her influence into directing independent film production and signed ambassador contracts for high-end cosmetic brands, honoring mature beauty, creating an incredibly solid and long-lasting network of passive income. The Our Memory Vault channel recognizes that Angela Bassett's prosperity carries a macro and profoundly humanistic meaning for the generation of women globally. We immensely admire how she refuses to compromise, always standing firmly on her own 2 feet to negotiate the benefits she deserves for the talent and dedication she pours in. Her fortune is not merely a reflection of material success, it is a sparkling crown molded from self-respect, relentless effort, and a dignified demeanor. Through the lens of the channel, Angela Bassett's wealth is the representative voice of modern feminism, strong, independent, incredibly proud, and always shining brilliantly, no matter how much time passes. Forest Whitaker. The 18th figure brings a deep, resonant note. An artist with a giant stature, but possessing an incredibly delicate and sensitive soul, veteran actor Forest Whitaker. For the age group of audiences who love cinematic works heavy on philosophy that delve into the human mind, he is a master of quiet performance art. He does not need to use too many flamboyant actions. With just a look, a slight smile, or a perfectly timed silence, Forest Whitaker is powerful enough to fully portray the joys, angers, loves, and sorrows of humanity. His glorious career is honored by countless prestigious awards, including the esteemed Academy Award, affirming his position as one of the most outstanding character actors the world has produced over the past half-century. Delving into the economic aspect, Forest Whitaker possesses a highly diversified wealth-building mindset, matching the stature of a grand strategist. He clearly understood that acting is just one part of the entertainment ecosystem, so he early on established large-scale film and television production companies. Projects directed and produced by him not only succeeded brilliantly critically, but also brought in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue at global box offices. Furthermore, his massive fortune is managed through commercial real estate investment funds and modern media technology development projects. He turns his fame into a magnet, attracting reputable investment capital, ensuring cash flow always circulates and generates profit in the safest way. From the lens of Our Memory Vault, what makes the true greatness in Forest Whitaker's fortune is how he uses his money to create profound humanistic values for the international community. We call his method of wealth creation conscious capital. He does not hesitate to allocate massive sums from his personal assets to establish non-governmental organizations, carry out peace-building missions, and support education for children in disadvantaged areas worldwide. His financial legacy reminds us of a beautifully inspiring philosophy: ultimate wealth can entirely go hand in hand with a kind heart, and money only truly maximizes its power when it is used to uplift and soothe the pains of humanity. Spike Lee, standing at the 19th position, is a pioneering director and independent filmmaker who bravely reshaped the entire pop culture through the grittiest and most authentic lenses. Legendary filmmaker Spike Lee. To middle-aged audiences who witnessed the powerful cultural shifts at the end of the 20th century, he is not just a director, but a representative voice for an entire generation yearning for justice and understanding. His cinematic works always carry an incredibly unique visual style, combined with profound social stories, making viewers unable to take their eyes off and forcing them to reflect long after leaving the theater. Spike Lee shattered all the barriers of the traditional studio system, resolutely following the path of independent art, knowing full well that it was a journey fraught with thorns and challenges. Spike Lee's massive fortune is a historical testament to the power of owning intellectual property in the creative industry. Right from his early startup days, he was incredibly wise to establish an independent film company named 40 Acres and a Mule Filmworks, thereby retaining full control over the content and profits from his works. Not stopping at cinema, Spike Lee also proved his genius commercial ability by directing legendary advertising campaigns for giant global footwear and sports apparel corporations, bringing him massive passive income. He also owns a highly valuable real estate portfolio in the heart of New York City and holds prestigious teaching positions, creating an extremely diversified financial foundation not dependent on any single power. Our Memory Vault's perspective on the financial kingdom Spike Lee has built is deeply imbued with respect for a sharp intellect and absolute cultural pride. We perceive that his wealth is living proof that you do not have to lose your personal identity or compromise with cheap commercial values to become successful. He has shown generations of young artists that true power does not lie in how much you are paid, but in what you own from what you produce. Spike Lee's fortune is a shining beacon representing the spirit of mastering one's destiny, steadfastly protecting core cultural values, and the ability to commercialize art intelligently and proudly. Martin Lawrence. Closing out the next 5 figures at the 20th position, we welcome a name who has brought endless hearty laughter and wonderful moments of entertainment to millions of families, comedian and action actor Martin Lawrence. To the audience members nostalgic about the golden era of 90s television, he was the architect of joy-filled weekend evenings through classic sitcom series. Martin Lawrence possesses a natural charm, an explosive energy, and highly flexible verbal improvisation skills, turning the most ironically mundane life situations into top-tier comedic moments. He succeeded in connecting generations of audiences together through a remarkably magical common language, which is the power of authentic and exhilarating laughter. Martin Lawrence's powerful financial empire was built on highly excellent commercial strategies in both television and film. He was one of the leading artists in negotiating deals to share broadcasting royalty profits from comedy shows, bearing his name, bringing a massive and continuous cash flow into his bank account long after the show ceased production. Along with that, his participation in globally explosive action comedy franchises helped him continuously receive salaries up to tens of millions of dollars for each new installment. This massive cash flow was reinvested by him into large-scale national stand-up comedy tours and the acquisition of luxury real estate in highly liquid areas, firmly protecting his family's wealth. According to the in-depth perspective of the Our Memory Vault channel, Martin Lawrence's tremendous economic success is a resounding affirmation that comedy is a highly serious business generating massive commercial value. We highly appreciate how he turned personal experiences, whether hilarious or difficult, into highly popular entertainment products, thereby building a prosperous financial foundation for many generations. His fortune represents Jess's optimism and the power of bringing happiness to others. Through laughter, Martin Lawrence not only healed the souls of countless viewers, but also single-handedly forged a solid financial dynasty, an indelible cultural legacy in the historical flow of Hollywood. Jamie Foxx. Approaching the final positions on this magnificent list, we welcome one of the most multifaceted Rubik's Cubes of the American entertainment industry, a rare and talented artist named Jamie Foxx. For mature audiences who appreciate well-rounded versatility, he is a true artistic phenomenon who can easily conquer the pinnacle in all three fields: comedy, music, and academic cinema. Rarely does an individual possess absolute charm on the stand-up comedy stage, a smooth, soul-captivating R&B voice and acting skills so transcendent that they won the prestigious Academy Award for Best Actor. Jamie Foxx's presence brings an incredibly powerful message about relentless effort, breaking all molds, and the ability to fully unlock the hidden potential deep within a person. Discussing the aspect of wealth creation. Jamie Foxx is a versatile money-making machine, incredibly sensitive to the fluctuations of the commercial entertainment market. He not only receives salaries in the tens of millions of dollars for heavyweight roles in global cinematic blockbusters, but also rakes in massive profits from platinum record sales and worldwide tours. Not stopping at the surface of fame, he is also a powerful television producer holding the rights to many hit entertainment shows that bring in a steady, passive cash flow every year. His massive fortune is further enriched by expensive brand ambassador contracts and a massive real estate investment portfolio, highlighted by a lavish mega mansion hidden in the Hidden Valley area, where he enjoys a truly regal and supremely comfortable life. The Our Memory Vault channel's perspective on Jamie Foxx's prosperity is one of admiration for the philosophy of never setting limits for yourself. We see that his wealth is an extremely well-deserved reward for someone who dared to take risks and step out of his comfort zone, using his versatility to self-diversify his own income streams. The fortune he owns is proof that when innate talent is combined with a sharp strategic vision and discipline in work, an artist can entirely build a financial empire immune to all crises. Jamie Foxx didn't just enrich himself, he elevated the definition of success for an entertainer in the new century. Isaac Hayes. The 22nd position takes us back in time to the golden era of soul music, to bow before a master of mesmerizing melodies, the Black Moses of music, Isaac Hayes. To the nostalgic audience members of the older generation, his warm, ocean-deep bass voice, along with his performance style, featuring a proud bald head and sparkling gold chains, has become an indelible icon. Isaac Hayes was not merely a singer. He was a musical genius who pioneered combining ornate symphonic sounds with street R&B rhythms, creating a true revolution in cinematic music. He was the first Black artist honored to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song, opening a brilliant new chapter for sound artists. During his glorious peak in the 70s, Isaac Hayes set unprecedented financial records, holding a fortune of tens of millions of dollars from record and soundtrack royalties. His lifestyle at that time was the defining standard for extravagance. He owned super luxury cars, exquisitely plated in gold, adorned himself in uniquely designed outfits made of the most expensive materials, and even bought an entire grand theater in his hometown to satisfy his artistic passion. Although later his financial career went through countless storms and harsh low notes due to the fluctuations of the recording industry. Thanks to his invaluable intellectual property foundation and voice acting for later hit television projects, he still recovered and maintained a solid economic base until the final years of his life. From the professional lens of Our Memory Vault, the story of Isaac Hayes' fortune is a tragicomic epic about the rise and fall of a genius imbued with deeply profound lesson values. We view him as a king who built his own throne, who may have once lost his material kingdom, but never lost his dignity and immense spiritual legacy. The true prosperity of Isaac Hayes does not lie in those gold-plated cars of the past, but in the intangible intellectual property that is nourishing the contemporary music generation day by day, hour by hour. Through his life, we learn that money can come and go, but once original artistic values are created, the artist will always possess a treasure immortalized by time. Chris Tucker, concluding this magnificent list of 23 outstanding faces, is a star who once took global box offices by storm with his lightning-fast delivery and an unprecedented source of comedic energy, actor Chris Tucker. For families who frequently gathered around the small screen in the late 90s and early 2000s, he was the absolute guarantee for hearty, tear-inducing laughs. Chris Tucker did not appear massively in the media. He had an incredibly strict script selection style, but once he nodded to participate, he would definitely turn that work into a pop culture phenomenon. His charm, unique facial expressions, and signature high-pitched voice helped him etch his name into the avenue of fame, becoming one of the legendary comedians of his generation. Mentioning Chris Tucker's financial power is mentioning one of the biggest historical shockwaves on the Hollywood economic chessboard. At his golden peak, he did the unthinkable by successfully negotiating a record-breaking salary of up to $25 million for a single role, officially making him the highest-paid actor in the world at that time. By holding an irreplaceable position in a billion-dollar action comedy franchise, he maximized his negotiating power to demand an additional percentage of the total box office gross. That massive fortune allowed him the freedom to choose a quiet lifestyle, retreating from the noise of showbiz, investing in large-scale educational charity funds, and only occasionally returning to the stand-up comedy stage purely for passion, no longer due to the pressure of making a living. The Our Memory Vault channel assesses Chris Tucker's career and wealth-building approach as an incredibly unique case study, reflecting the truth that quality always beats quantity. We highly applaud his courage in daring to say no to dozens of low-quality scripts, patiently waiting for worthy opportunities to maximize his personal brand value. His fortune is proof that when you clearly understand you are an irreplaceable gem, you have the right to accurately price your labor at the highest level. Chris Tucker's financial success is not just a numerical record, but an affirmation of self-respect, wisdom in negotiation, and a philosophy of slowing down to completely master one's own game. You have just joined our memory vault at the end of the journey, looking back at 23 Black artists with the greatest influence and the most massive fortunes in Hollywood history. We didn't just admire the gigantic numbers, but more nobly, we received countless valuable lessons about resilience, strategic vision, self-respect, and how they used their talents to create timeless legacies. We hope this video has brought you truly relaxing, meaningful, and warm moments during your family meals or while resting. Don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button, press like, and turn on the notification bell to continue accompanying the channel in the next captivating videos. Wishing you great health, and see you again.